Okay. Okay, safety meeting today. Going to talk about personal protective equipment from head to toe. So obviously job site hazards can cause deadly injuries and disabling illnesses. Ideally, we'd like to eliminate or control all of those risks so that no one could get hurt, but that isn't always possible. So in these cases, we use personal protective equipment. It's only as effective when you understand it and use it properly. So head protection. A head injury can kill you or impair you for life. Wear a hard hat to protect your head, skull, and brain from impacts, penetration hazards, electrical shock, and burns. Wear a hard hat that's rated for the hazards you face. Your hard hat can only protect you if you wear it, and wear it properly. Don't cut, alter, or tamper with the suspension. Don't wear anything under a hard hat like a hood. Doing so will affect how the suspension works, and never drill holes in your hard hat. That can weaken the outer shell. And inspect your hard hat for damage each day before putting it on. So hard hats for us, when would we wear hard hats, Renars?
Probably we could do some lifting with cranes, or
Right.
most likely with commercial units.
More commercial units than anything else. Obviously, we're not going to need one up in an attic when we're doing that. In plumbing, what do you think, Iggy, when would we use a hard hat or need a hard hat for plumbing?
Almost the same thing, pretty much anything you're lifting something heavy overhead.
Yeah.
Really, or you're like installing some drains or something that are heavy, cast iron.
Or anytime that there's, even if we're not doing that particular work, but we're in a work site that has, stuff that's above head, is what you really want to be wearing that for. Also, when you go down below ground, for an example, in a manhole, you should be wearing one as well. Something drops on your head, a tool, a simple screwdriver or something like that falling from a distance can, do some serious damage to your head. So just, think about when you should wear one and say, hey, if I'm going down in below a space, something could be dropped on me, or there's things above me with a crane being lifted that could fall down. Anytime like that, you want to think about that. Eye and face protection. So safety glasses, goggles, and face protection face masks protect your eyes from hazards like flying particles, molten metal, liquid chemicals, acids, or caustic liquids. Chemicals, gases, or vapors, and harmful light radiation. Many eye injuries happen because people don't wear eye protection at all, or they wear them incorrectly. Hearing protection. Working in construction exposes you to a lot of noise. In general, the louder the noise, the quicker it'll damage your hearing. Long-term exposure can also lead to hearing loss. So make it a habit to wear earmuffs, earplugs, some type of hearing protection to reduce the sound level enough to protect your hearing, and make sure that they fit properly. Hand protection. Gloves can protect your skin from cuts, punctures, bruises, abrasions, chemical burns, and electrical hazards. There are many types of gloves, and different gloves protect you from different hazards. Selecting the right pair for your work is important. Don't get confused. Ask your supervisor if you need help. Be sure to wear gloves specifically designed to provide against the hazards that you face during each day. So for an example, for plumbing, when you're running a cable or a snake, there's ugly gloves, right? Some people wear the leather type of gloves, and then you're going to also usually wear the latex gloves underneath those, right? If you wear those by themselves, those things will just get tore up, and the cable will actually snag them and grab them, and then it's just not good for you or for your hands. Respiratory protection. Construction work creates dust, airborne particles, vapors, and gases. Some of them can make you sick or even kill you if they get into your lungs. Respirators can protect your lungs from these dangerous materials. Selecting the right one is essential. If you're not sure what respirator you should use, ask your supervisor. Don't take any chances. foot and leg protection. If you're exposed to foot or leg injuries from falling or rolling objects, or from crushing or penetrating materials, you should wear protective footwear. Wear non-conductive footwear if you'll be exposed to electrical hazards. The right kind of boots can save you if a heavy object falls or rolls onto your foot. They can stop sharp objects that could pierce your foot or slice into your ankle. They can keep you from slipping and falling when you work on or near wet or slick surfaces. So just an example of that, actually it's a real life story. I had a guy that, when I was in the military, we worked, we had forklifts and things like that, and they lifted things from top shelf to bottom shelf, a lot of heavy stuff, a lot of military equipment and stuff. And the guy was wearing boots, but they weren't steel toe boots. And he was basically, when they were lifting an item off the rack, something fell down and it crushed his foot. And he lost like 3 of his toes because it was that bad. But, I mean, and we were required to wear safety boots. We had to wear steel toe boots, but for some reason he wasn't wearing them. And that happened. So it doesn't take that much, really. Because he wasn't even from the top. They were down to, like, it had come down at a certain level, and then something fell off the pallet, and boom. It was like some type of, like an engine part or something from a tank. I don't know, but it was heavy, but it still was only like probably from like 4 or 5 feet when it actually fell, and that's all it took. So, you know, you just don't think about those things sometimes that on a regular basis. Oh, they're more comfortable, you know, because steel toe boots aren't always that comfortable, but they'll protect your foot. Okay, so here's a couple of questions. So true or false? Drugstore sunglasses are a good substitute for safety glasses on the job.
Depending on the brand.
Yeah, you better say false. Like, come on now. Which of the following action is a safe work practice when wearing a hard hat? A, altering the suspension. B, wearing a hood or bandana under the hard hat. C, drilling holes to add ventilation to your hard hat. Or D, wearing a hard hat that's rated for the hazards you face.
D.
The last one.
That's right. Which of the following statements about noise and hearing protection is correct? A, in general, the louder the noise, the quicker it'll damage your hearing. B, long-term exposure to loud noise can't lead to hearing loss. C, working in construction exposes you to a minimal amount of noise. And D, the only thing hearing protection should do is fit properly.
Okay.
Okay. True or false? All gloves are designed to protect your hands from cuts, punctures, bruises, abrasions, chemical burns, and electrical shock.
False.
False. So wear the right glove for the right job. Which of these hazards can the right protection footwear keep you safe from? Head impacts, explosive atmospheres, electrical hazards, chemical vapors.
C.
C.
Oh, see.
Head impacts, above head impacts, maybe you're talking about if something falls. But electrical hazards, if you wear insulated boots, that'll protect you more so than chemical vapors are in the air, obviously. Right?
Vapors out of the way.
Explosive atmosphere, boots aren't gonna do any good there.
You gotta put the shoe on your head to protect
Well,
your
yeah,
head.
wear the shoe on your head.
I saw the movie.
So, the only thing I really have to kind of add to our safety meeting this morning is, so last week, I was working with Service Titan to figure out how we can move the information, like our invoices and all of that stuff and pictures, over into the new system. So I think we have a way of doing that. I'll know more this week, but I just kind of want to give you guys an update as I've been updating you as I find out things. So they actually gave me a backup of all of our data in a, I guess they call it an SQL file, and that went to House Pro last week, and they're going to be working on it this week, early this week, and hopefully it'll all be able to go in there. So you should be able to go into a customer's name and still see all the invoices and all the estimates we left and all the pictures that were on there, which will make it a lot easier for us to manage our business. So Before I wasn't sure about that, we were thinking about having a separate file that we'd have to go into. But it looks like, at least at this point, based on everything that I've been told, that we should be able to get it all integrated, so that's a good thing. That's about all I am with, that, anything you wanna talk about? Mike called out today, I'm not sure if he said something to you, his son is sick or something, but,
No, I didn't know
okay, yeah. So,
that. Is Jesse coming?
as far as I know, I haven't heard from him, but he should be. All right, that's it, guys.
Hey, you got a second?
Yes, sir.